Across the world, learners with visual impairment are being educated more and more not in segregated special schools, but in inclusive classrooms in their own neighbourhood schools. This is a very positive development because it means that these young people with visual impairment grow into greater participation in the lives of their communities from an early age, which is something we all want. However, in many parts of the world, particularly in low and middle income countries, teachers have had little or no specialized training in making their teaching and learning practices and the setup of their classroom fully inclusive and accessible for the needs of the visually impaired learner. With this course, what we are going to try and do is introduce you to everything you need to think about in order to make your classroom and your teaching practices inclusive and fully accessible to the visually impaired learners in your classes. My name is Brian Watermeyer and I'm a disability studies academic at the University of Cape Town. I'm also a clinical psychologist and someone who's lived with visual impairment all my life. Because of that, the issue of access to quality education for learners with visual impairment is something which is very close to my heart. I invite you to join me on this course entitled Teaching Children with Visual Impairment, Creating Empowering Classrooms. It's a course which is presented by the University of Cape Town as part of a project called TEDI, which stands for Teacher Empowerment for Disability Inclusion. The course will run over 4 weeks, during which time we'll cover a range of areas, including discussions of people's lived experience of growing up with visual impairment in different educational environments, including inclusive settings and special schools. We'll also consider the 9 areas of the expanded core curriculum, issues such as curriculum differentiation and the use of assistive technology, and other important topic areas in the education of learners with visual impairment. We believe that this course has the potential to transform your experience as a teacher, and also the experience of learners with visual impairments in your classrooms. Whether you're a teacher in an inclusive or a special school setting, perhaps you're a therapist or a parent, perhaps you're a support care worker or a district education official, we believe that this course has the potential to improve and change the way in which you relate to visually impaired learners in your environment. By the end of this course, you can expect to have a deeper understanding of the experience of visual impairment. You'll also have access to a range of new resources to help you in creating an environment which is fully accessible to the visually impaired learner. Beyond that, we will help you to create networks of support which can promote education for visually impaired learners. This is the beginning of your journey to becoming an effective, compassionate and fun teacher of learners with visual impairment. So, let's get started.